Hello everyone, today Isla and I are reading Tidy by Emily Gravett. And it's quite a funny cover because it's got a hole in the middle of it, look, and then it opens out and we can see the badger in the woods who looks like he's trying to tidy a leaf away, I think. So that's a bit of a different cover to the front of the book, isn't it? Okay, let's see. And it's got more holes and another hole till we get to tidy the title again. Deep in the forest lived a badger called Pete, who tidied and cleaned and kept everything neat. He tidied the flowers by checking each patch and snipping off any that didn't quite match. He tidied the fox by grooming his fur. He untangled each knot and each twig and each burr. He tidied the birds from the big to the small by brushing their beaks and then bathing them all. And there's a queue here of birds with their brushes, their toothbrushes. It looks like they're going to get brushed with. They're holding all their toothbrushes in the queue. They're waiting for their bath, and I think we've got an owl in the bath at the moment. He picked up stray sticks, he swept and he rubbed, he polished the rocks, and he scoured and he scrubbed. And there's some animals peeking out, watching what he's doing there, if you can see them. So when a leaf fell, well, oh no, look, lots of leaves falling. It must be, I think it's probably autumn time. Pete tidied up, but still he wasn't happy. Now the trees looked bare and scrappy, and so, to make it all look neat, Pete undertook a mighty feat. Oh, he has got a huge mountain of rubbish, and right at the top there is Pete still trying to tidy up. And the trees all look rather sad without their leaves. He dug up every single tree. Oh no, the animals are all fleeing, rushing and scrambling to get out of the way, I think. But then it rained. There was a flood. And afterwards, a lot of mud. Pete called in the diggers, he called in the mixers, he called in the concrete, the rakers, the fixers. No mud, no leaves, no mess, no trees. Perfectly tidy and perfectly neat. This forest is practically perfect, said Pete. He looks like he's jumping for joy now. He's made it a whole sea of concrete now, hasn't he? I'm hungry, he thought. I deserve a treat. So he hunted around for something to eat. But the beetles and worms that he usually found were under the concrete, deep in the ground. And so Pete decided to go home instead. If he couldn't have dinner, he'd go straight to bed. But when he arrived and took out his key, there wasn't a door where the door used to be. We can see his wonderful underground house here with his bed and his living room, but he can't get to it because it's been blocked by concrete, hasn't it? Later that night, Pete tossed and he turned. His belly was empty. It rumbled and churned. As he lay in his mixer, wide awake, he started to think, I have made a mistake. So, the very next morning, when it got light, he set about trying to put everything right. Then the animals came from the strong to the weak, and they lent him a paw or a claw or a beak. They put everything back as it had always been, but maybe less ordered and not quite as clean. And Pete, well, he promised to tidy up less, but if he succeeded is anyone's guess. He has got his cleaning things we can spot in the picture. And he is still hoovering away and tidying away by the looks of it. But maybe not quite as bad as he was tidying before. And there he is, still tidying away. Yeah. Okay, well, see you tomorrow, children.